But then, America was saved. Embraced by the loving arms of our new president, Joe Biden. Biden has brought back kindness and decorum.
Liar, man. Look, here's the deal.
No, I wish you were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
Biden is a voice of clarity.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put
A voice of reason.
He is the smartest man I know. He's gonna put you all back in chains.
And he's good with numbers.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America.
$700 billion and $1.3 trillion.
Under his leadership, the Biden administration has brought us safety. It has brought us economic prosperity. It has empowered the next generation. And now, you have the chance to make sure it continues for another 2 years. This election day, vote for whoever the Biden administration is asking you to vote for. They know what's best. Together, we will ensure things will continue to go the way they've been going forever and ever.
I'm Joe Biden and I approve this, wait, who? You know the thing. Pixel Rent.
Now that right there is leadership you could believe in. When it comes to implementing the very unpopular Great Reset and destroying our modern society as we see it today, welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. This is Okradowski here of WeAreChange.org, and we got a lot of bombastic, absolutely crazy news to get into today, especially when it comes to some very surprising developments, especially from Elon Musk and Twitter. Really bad news coming in for the Zuckerberg, and even worse news for the White House, as they just had to delete a tweet that was fact-checked into oblivion. We're going to be talking about that, some other very strange news today, and if we have time, hopefully a larger geopolitical update. We're going to get into all of that, hopefully, and a lot more. And if you like the shirt that I'm wearing right now, you could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast is, of course, by the extremely talented Babylon Bee. We will be linking their YouTube channel down in the description below. And truly, this latest satirical campaign video is absolutely hilarious. It's geniusly done and highlights the absurdity of the current situation that we're facing right now. And hopefully, the Babylon Bee will be back on Twitter. Hopefully. Will they be? Well, there's some serious questions about that. We're going to be talking about that in just a little bit. But if one thing is definitely clear is that the Biden administration definitely has an uphill battle when it comes to selling their policies that sell out America. This, as the Daily Mail today is reporting, that Democrats are bracing for disaster as they are expected to lose the House and the Senate in the latest projections of what is going to be happening in this upcoming midterm election. And it definitely looks like a lot of things will be changing with our political landscape, as already a lot of the media narratives that the government is trying to push out there are failing. A lot of people are asking for evidence. Major institutions like Facebook are being utterly obliterated in the financial markets after making some poor decisions, trying to get everyone to be in the VR digital cyberspace, heavily investing in those projects while, of course, routinely censoring and silencing people on their platform, which makes people use it less, all on behests of course, the federal government and, of course, the Department of Homeland Security, that is running a government disinformation board in secret that we just found out a few days ago because of the intercept and leaked documents, as of course it was pretty clear that this was happening for a very long time. And the bigger question is, how will Elon Musk deal with this? Will his platform be sunk? Will it be destroyed by people deleting their accounts? Advertisers doing a boycott? Will people be paying $8 a month to use the platform and have a verified account? Well, personally, I will. If Elon Musk keeps his promise and protects and allows free and legal speech. If he doesn't, and if he censors people, I will not be supporting him. I will be boycotting him. And this is a real question that a lot of people have here, especially with the latest tweet from Elon Musk that was replying to the current head of safety and integrity at Twitter, Yoel Roth, saying that the people at Twitter are staying, quote, vigilant against attempts to manipulate conversations about the 2022 U.S. midterm elections, Elon Musk responded to this tweet saying, talked to, quote, civil society leaders like the current CEO of the ADL, the vice president of the ADL, the spokesperson of the Voting While Black organization, the CEO of the Free Press, the CEO of the Asian American Foundation, the head of the NAACP, and the head of the George Bush Center, because maybe Satan was not available for this meeting, but George Bush was. And what did all these people meet with Elon Musk about? Well, they talked about how Twitter will, quote, continue to combat hate and harassment and enforce its, quote, election integrity policies. Now, as we mentioned here throughout the many years, Twitter has had a very heavy-handed approach when it comes to their policies and how they've been using them, essentially having these broader, larger, generalized terms as a way to punish people for honest, legal, political speech. Ideas, expressions, facts, videos, and evidence that were presented on the platform that, of course, countered a mainstream establishment narrative, which were taken down by its users who were using these very same policies that Elon Musk today is talking about continuing. Now, if Elon Musk is going to continue the same policies when it comes to content moderation as Twitter did before, that means it's going to be an absolute hellscape of a platform that I will not be using. Elon Musk has promised that people that were punished unjustly by the system that he wants to continue, that they will have a chance for redemption and to have their accounts reinstated, as of course a lot of people were arbitrarily punished for illegal speech. And now today under this thread, Elon Musk also said that, quote, Twitter will not allow anyone who was deplatformed for violating Twitter rules back on the platform until, quote, we have a clear process for doing so, which will take at least a few more weeks. Going on and saying that his Twitter Content Moderation Council will represent individuals from, quote, widely divergent views, which is, again, the complete opposite of what's here and what he meant with today, which represent a single-minded hive mind of groupthink, NPC thinking, that of course is not pro-free speech. That's according to my own personal assessment of this group. Will this be the same group deciding what will and will not be allowed on Twitter? Well, of course, if that's the case, there's going to be a lot of red flags here. As of course, it's important to point out when it comes to employees donating to midterm elections that Twitter overwhelmingly represents, according to Vox, 98.7% of its employees who donated to Democrats this political cycle in its entire workforce. Only Netflix tops Twitter when it comes to their overall bias with the people working there. And is Elon Musk trying to pander to this heavily Democrat political party workforce? Well, we hope not. But this meeting is, of course, a worrying sign for the future of free and legal speech online, and it clearly presents a larger danger to it, as well as Elon Musk is talking about creating the most accurate source of information on Earth. And whenever you have such broad, idealistic kind of ideas pushing your cause and what you want to do here, there's a lot of room for error. As of course, nothing really is the most accurate source of information, and I don't think anything will. People are imperfect, people get things wrong, but whenever you try to come from a frame where everything's going to be perfect, you're coming for a frame that's going to have a lot of rules and regulations. At least that's my initial knee-jerk reaction to this larger statement, which I definitely think is a lot more idealistic than actually practical when it comes to the true sense of the current reality of humanity as we face it today. Now, in all of this, one thing that is giving me optimism when it comes to the potential of Twitter providing a platform that could potentially still be honest, still protect free speech, is their recent fact check against the White House. Fact checks that also happened to the previous administration, but now, for the very first time, as I've noticed myself, happened to the Biden administration that just tweeted out a message and then shortly deleted it after being fact-checked when they said that, quote, seniors are getting the biggest increase in their Social Security checks in 10 years through President Biden's leadership, a pure propaganda PR term that is stated as if it is a fact when the fact-checkers accurately fact-checked that statement and state that seniors will receive a larger Social Security benefit increase this year but that's due to the annual cost of living adjustment, which is based on inflation rates, which highlights how people will be getting more money. That's because the government made the money less valuable and has inflated the currency so you could buy less with it. And this is why seniors are getting the biggest increase in their Social Security checks, not because of the bold, strong leadership of Joe Biden. Now, this move right here gives me optimism. This other move here makes me worry, but I still have my own website and my own platform called LukeUncensored.com, where I get to say and do what I want. So I'm cool as a cucumber, because at the end of the day, I have all the keys. I have everything I need. I have my own platform. I have my own members group. I have 1 way, 2 ways, 3 ways now of even accepting payments and memberships, many fail safes. And if anything ever happens to me on big tech social media, hey, I'm just going to double down on LukeUncensored.com, where I have been putting a lot of my efforts in recently. My blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of my hard work literally goes to creating content for you almost every single day on LukeUncensored.com. If you're a member, you get to see that. You get exclusive merchandise. You get access to exclusive events that are only available to members. You get to talk to all the members, explore ideas, talk to me, ask me questions directly, and 3 masterclasses on top of that, just by signing up to LukeUncensored.com for just 50 cents a day. If you haven't done that yet, what are you waiting for? Sign up right now, as of course we create content that will strive to provide you the best amount of information when it comes to dealing with the current insanity of our modern world. How do you safeguard yourself? What decisions you should be making? What larger truths could we express to you that we can't on this platform? Well, you're just going to have to find out by signing up right now to LukeUncensored.com. See you there right after this broadcast. Now, as the President of the United States stumbles on stage, continues to talk about how his son died in Iraq twice now and he didn't, when he refers to Congress members as senators, when he claims that he meant the inventor of insulin, you really have to start to wonder to yourself, who's really in charge here? As of course, clearly, this really old man is absolutely not going to be able to handle one of the biggest, most important, most stressful jobs that exist in our modern world. But don't worry, it looks like Joe Biden just had an IV injection of something. What was it? Was it stem cells? Was it NAD+? Was it the blood of young children? Was it Adderall? Well, we don't know. We could only speculate from here. But this could be why the President of the United States will soon be making a speech on the, quote, dangers of democracy tonight in Washington, D.C., which the Daily Mail reports is a criminal hotspot, as it looks like the current President of the United States will be making a last-ditch effort to try to galvanize his base to vote for his failed policies that have so negatively affected this country. Whether it's domestic energy exploration, which he stopped, energy production, which he stopped, inflation, which he has spurred on by spending more money that he doesn't have, whether it's him pushing for foreign entanglements and wars financing a brutal proxy conflict inside of Ukraine, making sure it continues with no end in sight, and I could just keep going and going and going when it comes to these failed policies, but for me personally, expect the same, as Biden will talk about the latest fear-mongering, nonsensical topics trying to shift blame on, of course, MAGA Republicans and an administration and political party that has no political power as of today. And how is he going to deal with inflation and the rising cost of energy, which he brought up deliberately through his energy policies? Well, he's just going to print and spend more money that he doesn't have to the tune of $13 billion that will allegedly help low and moderate income families help with their winter bills. Again, do you see how this problem works? Biden makes sure there's a lack of energy. He does this domestically with U.S. energy policy. He does this with, of course, foreign entanglements, bad relations with Saudi Arabia and Russia. And now to deal with the problem that he created, he's making another problem that much worse by literally printing and spending more money that the United States government doesn't have. This is, again, why Fed rates are going to be going up even more. And you have to start asking yourself, why are the politicians of the world doing this in tandem, just like we're seeing with the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Rishi, that just ended fracking in the United Kingdom and has announced that he will be attending COP27. He then later announced he he won't be going because he has too many things to do. He has now, for the third time, announced that, yes, he actually is going to a meeting that, of course, will work on, quote, invest in renewable energy, which is, again, the same policy that has stopped domestic energy production and exploration in the United States. Rishi implementing the same policy, causing, of course, deliberate economic havoc, which they're going to fix by causing more economic havoc and spending more money that they don't have on unproven energies, while, of course, creating a massive amount of havoc and pain for everyone else, as, of course, in the United Kingdom, they're facing for potential blackouts that would severely negatively affect the people there and screw them over in a very long and dark winter. And when it comes to these policies, obviously they're unpopular, and obviously there's going to be a redemption for them, I think, when it comes to this upcoming midterm elections. I could be wrong. What do you think is going to happen? That's my personal take and opinions on all of this. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys watching and sharing these videos, and this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org. One more video available for you right now on lukeuncensored.com. See you there.